Talk.
All right, Tint Talk here. Like and subscribe. We're back. Today, we got a 2016 Toyota Tacoma that we're going to tint. Ceramic all the way around. What else are we doing? We're going to do the windshield. And we are doing the sunroof also. We're doing everything. Every single piece of glass on this car is getting tinted. So, oh man. Tacomas, I don't mind tinting. Oh, didn't even power it up. All right, Tacomas, I don't really mind tinting. When you get to like the Tundras, that's where I see a little bit of glue left over. But when you get to the Tundras, that's when it just becomes a problem. Like doing Tundra windshields, and man, that car is a monster to deal with. Man, those ones I do not like to do. Tacomas, windshield, everything on them to do is just, man, it's so smooth, man. So when somebody says they want a Tacoma with a windshield on it, I'm like, oh, thank the Lord, let's go. So yeah, it makes it for a very smooth, chill back day. But yeah, these are cool cars to tint for me. So I'm not tripping today. All right. Yeah, as for honestly tinting this car, to be honest with you, cutting these patterns out for this truck, windshield, shrinking it, all that stuff, to be honest with you, that probably takes well, if you got like two people, you know, it's always gonna be a lot quicker. But you know, by yourself, cutting everything out, and shrinking everything, that's probably gonna take like sometimes, I don't know why, but it seems like it takes me longer to do that damn there than to tint the truck. So like I can tint the truck in almost the same amount of time as it takes me to plot everything out and shrink everything up. But it depends though, because if the customer is waiting inside of here, I tend to do a lot, you know, do that part a lot more efficiently. When I'm just in here by myself and I have time on me, you know, sometimes I'm just I'm listening to my podcast, or you know, just chilling back. I'm in the zone, and you know, I'm doing everything comfortably. But once the tinting starts, everything pretty much goes smooth, so it's not really a problem. And we are close to the election, man. Election, we're a week away. I think, what is it, on Tuesday, Wednesday? I think the election's on Tuesday. It's just a week away, man. So that's like, you know, 7 days away, and we're there. We got a new president in town. There's going to be a new president regardless. It's going to be either the same administration or a different administration. To who do I think is going to win? Honestly, I think that Kamala will win. I think that the Democrats will get it. It's just that they're just so powerful right now. If you look at even the last year, what a lot of people don't do, they don't go from last year's the voting map, and you know, the voting map on there, they were just so powerful. So, and that was like, you know, people that were definitely for Trump, and people that, you know, support Trump to the fullest. And then, you know, they still lost. So that right there tells you like, hey, something's going on here. And then you have to account a lot more, you know, immigrants have been coming over here. A lot of more immigrants are eligible to vote. And then you got a lot more people that are younger eligible to vote now, and people that are younger tend to vote Democratic. So that's why I would say, in my opinion, Kamala will win the presidency. As for who I want to win, I would personally say I'd like Trump to win, only because that I feel like if Trump wins, because I like to play the stock market also. Kamala wins, I don't know which stocks will be going up. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you that. But I know for sure. I can't say for sure because I'm not a stock analyst, or I'm not giving anybody a stock advice either. So, keep that disclosure. I'm not no stock advisor, but I feel like it's a possibility that if Trump wins, I think Tesla stock is going to probably go up anywhere between 30 and 80% for the day. So that right there, even though, I hold some good Tesla shares in there. So that right there would just set my portfolio up pretty nicely. So for me, it's just more of a business aspect because that's just how I feel at the end of the day. Whatever makes me more money, I'm happier with the decision of the presidency. So, for sure, by far, I would like Trump to win, so it'll put a lot of money in my pockets because I feel like this Tesla shares are going to go crazy. I'm not going to say Tesla shares are undervalued, but they're being shorted by really big hedge funds. So that would be my, grand scheme of opinion. If that were to happen, I should, portfolio would be a lot better than it is, possibly. So hopefully that happens. We'll see what goes on. As for what everybody's arguing about on the floor, because I always say, what are you arguing about? You can argue about policies. You can argue about the things that are going on the floor. And what I mean by that is I say people are arguing about, personal issues, race, politics, gender identity, things like that. Things that to me don't matter, even though I'm black. I don't know. I never really experienced racism to the point where it stopped me from doing something productive. We're in 2024 now, and we're kind of still doing that. I just don't really see the point of that. Not to say that race couldn't affect anybody, but to sit there and take out a few examples and say, well, this is what's wrong with the United States of America. If the country was so racist, nobody would come over here. That's a fact. So just off of that argument is negated. So that's how I feel about that. Normally I don't really get too political, but I don't know, we are going to election time, and I'll keep it. I don't like to really choose off actual politics. Really, I like to choose on what's going to put more money in my pocket and the U.S. consumer's pocket. And to me, that's I can't be so emotional to the point where I would be like, well, if I'm not gonna sit here and vote for somebody because I think they're this or they're that, or their name calling, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. I thought, Democrats had some good people too. I thought Andrew Yang was a pretty good Democrat. I wouldn't have minded him. Honestly, if Tim Watts was running for president instead of Kamala Harris, I wouldn't think Tim Watts was a bad guy. The Tim Watts and JD Vance, what was that, when they had the debate? That was a pretty decent debate. I would like politics to go back to something like that, in the future, to where we can just have the debate and we'll be good. We don't have to threaten people with going to court all day and suing people and my sprayer just fell, all that kind of stuff. But I liked when politics was boring. When politics didn't matter. That's when I used to like politics, when you didn't know what the hell was going on. That's when I think that's how politics needs to be. It needs to be nice and safe, where people aren't literally losing their mind. I've had family events and things like that where we all go out. everybody's hanging out. Everything's going good. Somebody brings up politics, and politics turns things, you know, it's just so emotional right now. It's such an emotional thing. I don't think it needs to be like that, dude. This pattern is so small that it has to be locked in perfect. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. It literally has to be on here perfectly, or I'll get a gap. This is crazy. Well, I gotta concentrate, or I'm gonna be emotional myself. It's not even tilted. Oh man, I almost want to print out a new pattern because of this. That is crazy. It's fine, but golly, I don't like the mini gap. I don't know. It's so hairline, but I just don't like it. So something like that, I might come back to it. So yeah, I'll hold it there for now. Keep it as it is. I'll come back to this one most likely. I think I can get it there. I think that's best as it can get. Okay, I'm making sure this soap isn't blotching. Sometimes soap, I'm using a new soap and I just don't want it to start blotching everywhere. So I'm gonna look through this window and see if this soap is any good. Cause, you know, it can blotch here. That'll be cool, whatever. But like, if I'm doing a windshield and it does that, oh man, you're screwed. Yeah, so I was using a new baby shampoo soap, but this soap is okay. You guys got any questions what soap I'm using? It's a Cetaphil baby shampoo. Baba Booey. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, everybody stays safe out there while you're voting. Stay safe out there. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I had it was funny, I had a little family, you know, argument where people were like, well, Trump said that, you know, people are eating dogs. The thing is with that, there's a lot of irrelevant things that both candidates say. So I think people get a little off course with what's important. But, you know, if somebody says that somebody else is eating dogs and that's enough for you not to vote for them, then, you know, hey, you have to vote on how you feel and your emotions. Then that's, you know, what you should do if you're one of those people. If you're a person that just wants to vote off being rational, then you vote by being rational. So, yeah, and always, you know, I don't like to really talk about anything but tinting, but after a while, you know, you gotta stick with the current times on the current events. And I don't really, as for neutral positions are okay. You know, I take them time to time, but, you know, if you ask my honest opinion on something and I have an answer for you, I'll give you that answer, and anybody should be able to do that. So I have friends that are Republicans. I have friends that are Democrats, and we all get along, man. It's not like we hate each other's guts, or anybody hates each other's guts because of a way of how you view the world, the way the world should be. But I think when you get to social media, for whatever reason, like if this person is a Democrat, I can't like this. If this person Republican, I can't like this. I can't even watch his movie anymore if he's a Democrat. I can't watch his movie anymore because he supports Donald Trump. Like it's just so silly right now. And that's why I say earlier, I wish we can go back to the time in politics when politics just doesn't matter. Let's get to new topics, man. Let's get back to the early 2000s and, early 2000s, when the only thing we had to talk about was the rap lyrics that are just completely crazy, are Britney Spears, are celebrities, are who's dating who. To me, that was more interesting than what we're doing now, because the thing is, like, everybody's fighting each other, man. We weren't against each other when we were making a mockery out of Hollywood, at least. Let's get back to that. Something. But yeah, man, it's just really wild right now. Everything is man, it's super sensitive times here. I think that here's my guess too. I think after Kamala, I think she's going to win it. So I say, after she wins it, I think that would be pretty much it for, the Republican Party. I think Donald Trump is probably the last chance Republicans have to win. And this is going to be for a while, because the tables are turning, but they're only turning for people that are that were actually born in the United States, like as for African American males and males in general, things like that. Their tables are only turning for people that were actually citizens. So the problem is, and this is what Elon Musk was saying, he was saying that the problem is why there won't be any more Republican presidents is because the immigration system. If you keep flooding in minorities to these swing states, all these areas, Texas, yada yada yada, they're gonna Democratic Party is going to reward them by letting more of their family members over, or they're going to promise them that they can have more of their family members over, and in the sense of that, they will be able to persuade them to keep voting for them. And if you're pouring in millions and millions and millions of illegals over in these swing states each year, and then every so 5-6 years down the line they're eligible to vote, there's no way you can beat that. So essentially, you get a country of people that are voting for the same thing that has ruined their country. So there is no, because it's funny, a lot of immigrants leave the country because it's so democratic, actually, because there are no rules, there are no policing, there is no government to stop anything. It's so democratic. So that's, the kind of irony of that situation. And then you come over here and you vote the same way. Just like kind of how like everybody was migrating over to Arizona and Texas from California because California was so messed up. And then they went over there and then they voted the same way that ruined their state. And that's how you get the flip in Arizona. So, yes, there's a lot going on. I think Republicans say really stupid things. I think Democrats say stupid things. But as for saying, stupid things, like I said, anybody can say dumb things all day. I think that's, irrelevant. I hope that after whoever wins this presidency, I think the odds of Donald Trump winning this are slim to none. I could be wrong. So, hey, if I'm wrong, you can come back to this video and then you can be like, hey, you were wrong. I highly doubt that will happen. So, but besides that, I think Donald Trump winning this election are slim to zero. but it would be cool because my Tesla stock would jump up, but don't think that's gonna happen. This soap isn't bad. It kind of reminds me of Dawn dish soap, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's kind of like, no, not even Dawn. It reminds me of palm olive because it's super slippery. It got a lot of slip to it. Yeah, it reminds me of palm olive. I remember when I first had a bottle of palm olive, I used to call it Palmavilion. So, like Palmavilion soap. I gotta do 2 of these Tacomas today, back to back. But really, honestly, this one is gonna be just a lot more to do because of the sunroof and the windshield. So it's a way bigger job on this truck. This towel's not even wiping correctly; it's just smearing. So I normally don't like to use blades on back glasses of trucks because they're super soft, but this truck has a lot of dirt on it. So I know I didn't do the other side. The other side is not bad with the contamination. It's actually pretty cool. I actually got lucky, but around the edge I seen a little bit. So not anything to make you have to redo it, but you know, it's something to stay aware of. So I'll go ahead and towel it off and get all that dirt. Now my towel's pretty dirty, but as long as you get the bulk of that grit, you'll be fine after you squeegee. So you can do 1 squeegee, you can do 2 squeegees. Because I seen what was going on the other side, you know, I'm gonna be a mature tinner, mature tinner, and go ahead and double squeege. And spray down. Usually I break the videos up when I have windshields, but I'll let this one go out. You know, even if my camera shuts off of me, lose battery, I'll go ahead and put the other battery in and we'll be fine. I'll go ahead and include everything in one watt for this one, just because it's a special special episode. Wow. Yeah, that stuff is like, this is like palm olive soap, isn't it? It's very good, but it goes very very long way. I gotta be careful with the amount of solution I put in there. I don't even know why I added more if I had this problem on the other side, but this clip has to be up while I'm installing this. We're gonna find out. Okay. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. I see. That pattern is a little big. It'll have to get trimmed. Would be cool though. So much soap. It's very hard to tint with this much soap. Good for windshields though. Good for windshields to have a lot of soap. At least for me. That's how I like to do windshields. I don't like to use too much water on windshields when they dry up. It's a big problem. I'll let this dry up because I have to trim this. I have to come back and trim that later on. So that's gonna be something I'll do after I'm done tinting the car. Or I guess technically I wouldn't be done. All right, cool. So those are the 4 doors, and we'll start on this windshield. Oh, got it. This sunroof. Main roof open. Literally, that's why it's beeping. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's wild. For the sake of this video, I'm literally gonna have to close that. I normally wouldn't close these sunroofs even after I tint them because I like them to dry up a certain way, but for the sake of the beepy, I'll have to negotiate with this out. I just peel the whole thing off up here, and I go inside and throw it in if I can. Oh yeah, I can. I mean, actually, I'm not really sure if this is upside down or not, to be honest with you. So just off of that. We're gonna take a guess. It looks like it is I don't know if this is right. It covers, but I don't know. I mean, it covers. Oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely on upside down, but it covers all the gaps. So I'll tell you what. That'd be impossible. It wouldn't matter. Hopefully this GoPro's waterproof. Oh, there goes the phone. I had to answer the phone. Business call. Alright, so let's see if closing this door ajar, was closing this door ajar, as it says on here, will